Welcome, you guys. It's the Vehemence Podcast, and it's your host, Deasia. And today I have,
Steven, it's your boy Steven.
and today we're going to talk about his music and what he's doing musically and what made him want to start music and stuff. So, my first question is what made you want to start music?
Yep, good question. Mainly since I was little, like I grew up in the church and everything, so music has always been around me. And I think it goes like just like a little bit before me. So, like my grandfather, he actually was in a band. He played the drums and stuff. So, I really do think that's like all in my blood. And so, my mom was like really big into music. So, I feel like I just grew up kind of around music all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and it was cool. Like I really didn't like think too much of it. Like I would just kind of grow up like writing songs like with my cousins and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I had like a decent voice and stuff like that, but I was really like more so into the sports. Um, but then as I got older, I'm like, okay, like I really do like music. I really like putting like songs together and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just kind of do it in more and more. Until eventually I'm like, okay, I actually want to take it like a little bit more serious.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe go into the studio and like get like some effects and stuff like that. Uh, and then just ultimately, I'm like, okay, I might be able to make an impact with this music stuff. So um, that's when I was like, okay, you need to start being consistent. You need to start really trying and practicing your craft.
Do you remember the specific moment that the light went off? Like, that was like, okay, I can really be really good at music.
Yeah. Um, I feel like it's made. I feel like it's not even like even all the way on. I feel like it's really back and forth. A lot of the times I'm like maybe I can do this. Like maybe I'm all right, and the other times
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a little bit like not as confident and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really when people tell me, like when they reach out to me, they're like, even like people I don't even talk to often.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I like your music. Like you should keep going. I'm like, okay, maybe I should keep going and keep pursuing the music stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, what are your top five music inspirations? Like people that you like their sound, they're inspiring to
Okay, okay, that's a tough one. Um, but I see like the top one, top five.
you.
Kid Cudi. Um, Probably I have to throw Drake in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. I like Black, um, Jordan Ward, and I got one more. Throw, I'm gonna throw SZA in there,
Okay, that's
or I was
good.
gonna say her too, but
Yeah.
I had to throw some ladies in there because I really do listen to like a lot of lady artists. I feel like they inspire me a lot.
Mm-hmm. So, for people who don't know exactly like what your music sound is like, how would you describe your music sound to be?
Let's see. I would say indie kind of mixed with R&B and maybe like a little bit of hip hop and maybe a little bit of gospel too. Um, but my main thing is trying to blend all those together and not necessarily really like fitting like a certain box. Um, but just kind of like jumping from this to this if I can
Mm-hmm.
and just finding like new sounds. So, um, yeah.
So, you said a gospel. So, I have another question that's kind of not within the music realm. How are you staying connected to God during these times? Because it's getting pretty dark, in my opinion. So, it's getting dark out here. Like,
It
read
is.
the Bible. But how are you like being able to stay connected to God and still being able to connect with your music too? Because sometimes, as far as being in the music industry, things can get dark, and people sometimes
Yeah.
do sell their souls. So how do you stay grounded?
How do I stay grounded? I pray. I talk to God. I try to talk to him every day, every morning, and just kind of get all my thoughts out and kind of tell him what's on my heart, what's going on. So, despite like what's going on outside, I still kind of have like this connection with him. Like, this is how I feel about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like I'm falling short here. I feel like I need guidance. I need understanding with this. So, just constantly trying to talk to him, uh, as much as I can, and just realizing like uh, it's not gonna be easy. Like this, like you said, there's some dark times that we living in. Like
Yes.
we ain't never seen no stuff like this before. I'm just like, and so I do think it's harder for people who like want to follow God. I think it's harder more now than ever. And like, I'm not even gonna say like I'm perfect at all. Like I'm far from it. Like I feel like I do want to kind of like get back to going to church more often, like kind of finding a community down here in St. Louis,
Mhm.
because I feel like it hasn't been like I just haven't really explored that. Even though I literally go to a Baptist school, it's called like Missouri Baptist, but
Yeah.
it's a different kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
It's not
Um,
home.
it's not home, and I feel like I need a home, which I feel like it has to be the right home. You can't just settle anywhere. So
Mhm.
in the meantime, I feel like I just been trying to talk to God, like talk to the people around me, keep good people around me, and then just seeking more for real. Uh, like what is this learning in me? What is this trying to teach me?
Mhm.
And how can kind of show up for like how can I use God's talents that He gave me to kind of give back to the world type deal?
I like that. So some people don't know what indie music is. So could you express that to like what that is? Because a lot of people are rap, rock, R and
I'm
B, pop,
saying,
that kind of thing. So indie music is different, or even like I talk about neo soul a lot to some people. They don't know what that
so
is. So can you express what indie music is?
yeah, and I feel like it is a pretty like a broad genre, not gonna lie, but I feel like if you just think of like almost like Bob Marley type music mixed with like um, pop almost. So,
Mhm.
and that's kind of where you can get like a. That's where I kind of see as indie,
Mhm.
um, and so mainly just like mixing like the rock with kind of like R&B vibes almost. That's how I see it, but like so another indie person.
Mhm.
Um, but I say like heavy guitars too, heavy melodies and stuff like that.
So are you gonna see the Bob Marley movie that's coming out on Valentine's Day? Are you a Bob Marley
Hey,
fan?
hey! Now that you say that, I probably should because I did see the previews. I was like, it looks kind of fire,
Mhm.
and Bob Marley was that guy. So
Yeah.
who knows? Are you gonna tap in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am. I'm gonna go see. I love
uh
movies. I love watching movies. That's why I
for
just
real.
wanted to ask because you described him. So I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna see this movie.
Look now I gotta
Gotta
go.
hold it.
You gotta hold me
Valentine's
to it.
Day.
Look, come on.
Yeah. So as far as like music and stuff, do you make your own beats? And if so, do you let people help you, or you like you want total control of your music
Good
and your
question.
like mastering your craft?
Good question. So I do not make my own beats. Um, I find all my beats on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And so all my songs that I have out are beats that I've gotten off YouTube. So I was able to basically make a whole collection of songs just off YouTube videos or YouTube videos, and just kind of find a vibe or my vibe that works for me, like the sound. And
Mm-hmm.
so essentially, I found like different songs or YouTube videos that kind of vibe. So um, I look up like type beats. So I look up just artists that I like, black type beat.
Yep.
Um, and sometimes I'll just try like different beats too, and then it'll end up actually being like it ended up being like kind of smooth. Because I
Yeah.
feel like I didn't know I was like an indie artist or like I didn't know I was that type
Heard
of
the
artist until I
sound.
started. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me try this one. And I'm like, okay, I flow, a little different on it. And then people are like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's kind of like indie music. So
Yeah.
gotta go with it.
So, what would you feel like is your favorite song of yours?
Uh, let me see. Let me see. I'd probably say, and
Okay.
that's the thing, like out right now, probably Space or Time or Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like I got so much better music now. Like sometimes I listen to some of the songs, I'm like, I don't even like it as much as I
Mm-hmm.
used to. Um, And so that's kind of tough for me, just because cause I'm like, I got better music right now in my knowledge. But what's your favorites? Checking in.
Checking in with yours. I've listened to Peace, so I've listened to
Peace.
that, and I would say that
Okay.
your sound does kind of give Bob Marley, and
You think
so
so?
yeah, a little bit, but it kind of gives Black too. I be calling him Slack sometimes because it's six Slack.
Come on. No, I did for the longest. I did for the longest.
Because
Even when I knew it was black,
it's still like Slack would be kind of hard. Six Slack, I don't
Six Lag kind of. I don't know. I grew up thinking Six Lag, so I'm like, it was a big rush for me moving over
know.
for from Six Lag to black.
So yeah, I feel like your sound is like very peaceful, which is not normal considering nowadays everybody's like violence and stuff.
Guns shoot
Yes,
each other.
my ops. It's like
We
so
ain't got no ops for real.
yeah, so it's like okay, this is like very calming. Like okay, this is nice because it's just like peaceful and stuff. So with that being said, with your music being so calming, I wanted to ask like, do you meditate or do any of those kind of practices? Because that's what it kind of gives. Like
It gives that
yeah,
okay,
like a
and
little. And then even like talking to you on the camera, you just have like I feel like a calming spirit. Like it doesn't feel like raw. It's like calmness. Like ah, like
that's such a good compliment. I'm not gonna I'm over here blushing and shit, but um, I do really try to meditate. Um, as much as I can. I wouldn't say I try to do every day, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't do every day. I'll be skipping some days. Um, but it's been a journey, so I
hmm
noticed kind of from like not a young age, but like kind of like after high school and college, just kind of realizing that my mind be all over the place. Like I'll be thinking about this, and that, and it'd be hard for me to concentrate.
hmm
And I started kind of listening to like Big Sean and like Janae Igo and all that stuff, and so they'd always speak on it. And so I'm like, okay, let me see what's up with like the meditation and all this stuff. And basically, I'd say like I kind of tried it here and there, and then basically looking at like the Jay Shetty podcast with like Big Sean and where he interviewed them
hmm
like a few years ago. I was
hmm
like, okay, this is like this is what changes can kind of help people out. This
hmm
can kind of calm your mind. It can kind of um, not only help you but the people around you too. Is what I noticed. So I started off just doing it for me because I'm like I'm crazy. Like I need to
That's
relax. I need some
crazy.
low key. But then I'm like, dang, like this actually is affecting other people around me. Like I can be more compassionate. I can be more
You can be
understanding with
more.
people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
I feel that I had to
like,
meditate too, but I feel like if
real.
I don't meditate, I have to restart my day over. Cause I feel like, no,
That's real.
seriously,
That's real.
because I feel like, okay, so I'll start my day. I start off with my like praying, and then I'll journal. I love journaling. So you gave me the vibe that you like very like peaceful and meditate. I'm like, I'm asking if you meditate because I
Let me
meditate,
see.
and if I don't
Really,
meditate, it's probably gonna be a bad day because
low
ah,
key. And you could tell the difference, like from when you do
yes.
meditate and when you don't. That's what really got me, because I'm like when I stop for a minute, I'm like, okay, like you kind of, you kind of a different person, not
You
a different person,
are
but like,
literally you're
low
a whole different
key.
person. It could just be for
Mhm.
5 minutes. Like
5 minutes, 3 minutes, like, and that's the thing. It's hard starting off. It's so hard. Like
I
people
know.
be trying to start with like 10, 20 minutes. I'm like, bro,
No,
start with like 3 to 5, if that, because
I'm
it's
still on
tough.
5, bro, and I've been doing it for like 3 years. And sometimes I'm able to meditate longer. The longest
Mhm.
I've did is 10 minutes, but I catch myself like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to be.
This is
I'm
this.
just so
This
impatient. I'm like, okay, I gotta practice patience. Like you're getting impatient. Come on now.
And I love that you meditate. I love that you just kind of spreading that message. I did want to say that too, and just give you your props and kudos, because I really appreciate like what you're doing like for the city and just like for you, like just following your passion and giving
Thank
people a little
you.
space to talk and just express themselves. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you. And your
Of
music,
course,
it's
girl.
gonna blow up. It's gonna take time, but fast progress, you
Hey,
fall easier. When you slowly go up and you are connected to yourself, and you know it's like safer. Like, you,
low key is that's what I'm kind of understanding too. I'm like, imagine if it like did kind of pop off like with one song. I would not, you know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't know how to act. Like I need the slow. It's the slow grind, perfecting my
yes,
craft and that
God's
type of deal.
grind,
Hmm.
like the slow and the humbleness, and just like, okay, I'm here. And then
Early,
it's scary too.
early,
Are you
I
scared of the music industry? I'm,
a
because
little bit,
it's
because I
so
know you
fast.
know how it is. You know how it
I
is. Like,
know, because I listened to certain stuff and I had like a realization. I stopped listening to a lot of music and a lot of artists. And some of the stuff, then you realize now what they be saying. It's like you sit there, you actually listen to what they be saying. You be like, did they really say that? That's crazy. But you
like
didn't
no
even
way
hear
they just said that
before.
on the track.
Literally.
You know.
I'll be like, wait, what? And then you actually listen to her message. They be talking about demons and stuff. That's why I'd
Hmm.
be like, And then those celebrities, they be like, well, they talk about God, but what God are they talking about? That's the question you ask. Like,
Who's your guy?
yeah, what God are you serving? Because the stuff you doing, now we can't be serving the same God. I mean, I don't know. I mean, God
Look,
don't judge. I'm just saying, but it's like I don't think it's the same one. Like I don't know. So
and
I be
that's
like,
the scary part. I'm not gonna lie. Cause like we don't know, but we do. Like we know it's not our guy. We
yeah,
know like it's something else going on beyond that music industry. I feel like, and
especially with the videos.
the videos. Hmm. Yeah, and that's like the fact that you said like you stop listening to some music, and I'm like, damn, like it. It do be tough for some reason. Like stop listening to like some of those artists, like for example, like because the songs be so good and catchy sometimes, um, and we just so used to that, not even knowing that like you know
Yeah. Like Doja Cat, she do got some catchy songs,
Doja
but it's
Cat. And I'm thinking of Uzi, like this nigga.
little Uzi. He be making me
Mhm.
sad. I'll be like, uh,
What happened to uh, EXO tour life? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Uzi did change, but like I don't
yeah,
know. What can you do? Um, that's
yeah,
why I'm also grateful for like kind of like, taking it slow and trying to keep like good people around me because like I don't know how it's gonna be. Like you just hear people talking about it and like it's a rough industry, and so
hmm
um, just kind of trying to already keep that in mind and stuff like
hmm
it's gonna be tough. So keeping God close is probably the best idea. Keeping good people around you is the best idea.
So, how many songs do you have in your book? Because I be hearing people say they have thousands of songs that they don't release, and I've learned from interviewing just a couple of artists. It's like y'all have so much music that y'all be sitting on, and so I
Yeah,
want to know.
yeah, good question. Um, if you go to my YouTube, or if I go to my YouTube, we probably looking at about 75 to 80 songs. But
That you're holding on to, or
yeah,
that
or that I've like written. They're not actually like produced. I haven't like actually gone to the studio, but um,
Mhm.
I got a lot of songs like that I've written, and so because basically like the past 2 years, I've just been writing music as much as I can, and so I've kind of built up a catalog. But now it's just the point of like getting in the studio, getting the resources to get to the studio, um, and then just life,
yes,
life be life, life be
yeah. So
life.
you're still in college, is that correct?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
So what degree are you getting? I just graduated, so I'm excited.
Oh, oh, congrats, girl.
Thank you.
Um, but I'm getting business management,
Hmm.
with minors in marketing and finance.
Okay. He's a
Yes,
businessman.
ma'am.
He's a businessman.
Businessman, what can I say
Yeah.
about
He's
my
getting
business?
into
Come on,
business. Standing on business and getting a degree in business.
come on.
Okay. How many of y'all are doing
Okay,
that? No, I'm just like. So what
what
do
you
you
studying?
plan to do to that?
Um, and so hopefully it can kind of tie into the music.
Mhm.
essentially, with like the marketing and stuff. But I do like the entrepreneur like mindset and all that stuff.
Mhm.
I do have a few businesses that I want to put in place. Now, of course, if I could like uh, just like go crazy with the music and stuff, I feel like that would make it a bit easier for my other businesses and stuff like that.
Of
But
course.
just kind of treating my music as a business in itself.
Mhm.
Um, I currently have like a finance job I'm working, so I'll probably do that after school for a little bit to try to keep me on my feet and learn and kind of spread the wealth with you know everybody around my people.
Mhm.
Um, and so hoping that can all kind of tie in together. Um, with my music business and like finance, you know, and I kind of have an idea, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna just keep doing, just keep following the plan.
Yeah, and that's
Hope
good
some come in
though,
place.
because you learning the business side. It's like can't nobody trick you out your position because you know all sides and all parts. So you're already well rounded. So people can't just tell you whatever they want to. Because as we learned in like even like NWA and
Mhm.
like the singers and different type of rap groups that were coming up, they didn't have this information about. They didn't have the internet, being able to get on the internet and know these deals, or it wasn't as many solo artists. So it's the fact that we can be informed about different and certain things and be able to be like, okay, I know what this looks like. I know if this is a good deal
Yeah.
or not. So I feel like that's really good.
I love that you bring that up because that's literally my mindset with it. Like you do see all these artists, getting tricked out of the contracts and all types of stuff like that, or when they do get money, like they blow it or may not know how to um, act with it and stuff. So I'm like, this might
Mhm.
actually be helpful. Kind of going like the reverse route, which is different. So
And then sometimes you could do both. You could be an artist and then like J. Cole's doing Dreamville. Like have
literally,
your own group and then still be an artist. Like
yeah.
that's more revenue on top of that. And then we have even actors and stuff that are like OGs that are still like fighting against Hollywood, like Taraji and her
Mhm.
situation. And she's older and she's still like having trouble. So it's just being well rounded is very important, especially in this day and age. So that's really good that you have that balance.
Well, you're on the
So,
same thing. You're on the same thing. I love it.
thank you. Oh, snap.
Of course.
So, do you see yourself staying in St. Louis, or do you want to venture out and go? Like, I know the music mecca is pretty much like LA or Atlanta right now. Am I getting that
Yo,
right?
that's a good question. That's some good questions.
So,
But St. Louis, uh, I'm probably not gonna stay here forever, but I do feel like I got some work to do here.
mhm,
I do want to connect with some people here and kind of get my message across here. Cause just St. Louis, like it's just the vibe. Um, it's be hard for my music to. I feel like people kind of grasp my music here, as opposed to
mhm,
like maybe somewhere like LA or like
mhm.
that. Um, but that's still not gonna stop me. I feel like for my time that I'm here, getting my degree and stuff, um, I kind of want to like go as hard as possible and connect with as many St. Louis people as I can, because they just like the Kansas City people for real. Like it's slightly different, but of course we a little better, you know. But
Yeah.
we the same. And I feel like I can get back there. Um, but then yeah, I got some family in Dallas. My sister's in Dallas. I've been thinking about going down there. Uh,
Mhm.
but really just keeping my options open. I do want to be one of those people that hops around to like other places and just not kind of really tied to one spot.
Yeah,
How
because
about
you
you?
gotta see what you like. Me too.
Literally.
I want to see what I like. I feel like we're young, so it's like you gotta move around, or you gotta interact with people and get to know people to know what you like and what you don't like. And when you're able to know what you like and what you don't like, I feel like that makes your decisions and your choices very like more clearer. Because it's like, okay, I
Facts.
already been through this. And so I already know what this looks like. And no, I'm just going to reroute and go this way because this is
Me go that
something that
way.
I haven't encountered. And so I feel like that's important to be able to move around. And I feel like that's good that you said like you want to be able to move around frequently. Which moves me to my next question is where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, that's a good one. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I'll be thinking, I'm like, he's a nigga dreaming too big. But
No, no, you're not. Don't ever say
uh,
you dream too big. Like literally, the sky's the limit. We can do what we want to do. We can
because I'll
literally
be
do
having
what
some
we want to
big
do.
dreams, and I know you do too. So I love to like having these types of conversations. So since you asked, um,
Yeah.
I want to be someone who is really a staple name in music. Um, but I want to do it different. So I want to bring like the finance and business into it, and not just being stuck in one box as far as music. Um, so maybe, maybe, and like they'd be like, oh yeah, he does music, but he does this, he has this as well. So just being that kind of person, and essentially, I want to be able to give like the finance information I'm learning. I want to be able to give it back to my people, just because that information is not taught to us. It's not taught to us. So just realizing that opportunity, I'm like, hold on, let me get on the global. Let me get on the global stage. I'm sharing that. I'm
Yeah.
sharing all the info. So
So with
that's
finance,
kind of what I see.
are you into stocks and stuff like
I
that?
am. I am into. In 1 minute, my roommate's about to come in, so it might be a little loud.
It's okay. Just let me know. We
Okay.
can pause and I'll cut it
All
out.
right. Pause it real quick. Okay. Yeah. I think we good. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I am kind of like getting more into finance. Um, as time goes on.
hmm
It didn't start like that though. Like I didn't know much, and I feel like that's where a lot of us start, is
hmm
not knowing a lot. Um, so, and it just takes time. It's almost like learning a different language. You know what I'm saying? And uh, it just how things are in America. Um, we got a lot to learn, uh, but we can get it. That's the thing. We can get it, and once we do get it, we thrive. Um, And so that's the main thing. I want to be able to teach that and give that back. So first, I got to learn it myself, and
Yes.
that's the main thing. So I want to be licensed. I want to be someone who can actually give back and give a message and give good financial advice to people eventually.
Well, I'm gonna need that financial advice.
I got you. I got you.
I don't like math, but I can write a 5-page essay in
So,
30 minutes with no errors.
hey, okay, so I got you with the finance. You got me with like any little papers or anything.
Got you for
Let's
sure.
do it.
Like, but I'm glad you're doing that because that's very important. And then you can be able to start like your own like what's the places like
Like firms.
yeah,
Is
like
that
one
what
of
you think?
those things, like a big like finance thing, but you can name it what you want to name it, and you can like implement it everywhere. Like I think it's a bank. I learned recently that in Kansas City, it's like a black-owned banks, and people don't know that, and so I feel like it's
Really?
important for us to be
I
able
didn't
to.
even know that.
Yes,
I didn't even know it was
I
black
learned
owned
that.
banks in
Literally,
cases.
yes. So I feel like using that, and then I feel like social media too, like you doing music and stuff, and you also with your music and stuff, you can also use your platform to inform people that you have these resources available because everybody uses social media nowadays. So I feel like that's really good, and that's great. That's why I clap when you said not put yourself in a box. So I feel like we a lot of times people just try to do just one thing, and we're not here to just do one thing. We have so many different things that we can do, but sometimes it's just like the resources we can't do it, or it's like we don't think we can do multiple things, or we get overwhelmed, and it's like that's when that meditation stuff, not stuff, but meditation and journaling comes into play. It's like okay, you can do it, because I feel like me personally, life is just about balance, and once you learn how to balance different things, it's like you can get so many things done, like and be able to accomplish so many things. You just have to know that you can do it.
And that's the thing, a lot of people, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I do think balance is really important too. Uh, because that's something I struggle with a lot too. Because I'll give so much to one thing and not to something else. So that balance is super important there.
Mm-hmm. So you said hip hop. So you got some bars.
I'm not a rapper. um, maybe. I do. Like, I'd like to explore like different types of beats. So like I said, I do indie, then I'll switch over to like a hip hop beat. Um, but I'm still like improving. I wouldn't even call myself a rapper, but like I'm still improving as a rapper. But I feel like I do got some songs that would be kind of like considered rap, or that I do rap on sometimes.
Is it given like J Cole? Well,
Definitely not. Most definitely.
well, let me see who's your top five hip hop artists that you like. Like we did your overall artists, but like hip hop, like who's people that you're like, okay, these are my hip hop guys.
Okay, okay. I'd say probably one just like K Dot. Um,
I love Kendrick. He's
you
my
like Kendrick?
favorite.
Like, bro,
I love Kendrick. He's my favorite artist. So yeah,
you know,
we're right here with it.
you're right there. Okay, like K Dot, he's just good for the soul. Um, and then I feel like I'm all over the place like nowadays. But I like Kenny Mason, he's really good.
I'm
I don't even think I said Smino on the other one, but I'm gonna say Smino this time.
ask you about that. Since he's in St. Louis, I was gonna be like, are you connected to him yet? Have you got to make some connections? That's a good connect.
I wish. I did go see a show not too long ago, but no, no connections. I wish. I feel like I try to like. I haven't really tried to reach out, but um, like I'll just send like little messages here and there, like trying to support and stuff. But you never know. Like that nigga be in St. Louis all the time, apparently. So, and I don't know. I'm sure he's probably like on the lookout for like other artists and stuff like that. So you never know. But I'll throw him in there. Uh, who
Smino, I like
else?
Smino too.
Lets me know.
Mm-hmm.
His concert was tough. And just like recently, I feel like hip hop had changed a lot. But I'm listening to a lot of Lucky. I'm literally putting up my phone.
Go ahead. We need a list. I want to know this list. Now I'm thinking about my top five hip hop.
Look. Okay. Kanye, of course. I had to throw him in there.
I love Ye.
Um,
And all y'all
you
that
like
got
it?
something to say about his little political stuff, listen. Hey, he knows something you don't, okay? Hey.
Look. We like a couple years later, everybody was like, "Oh, this is what he was talking about. This is what he meant." So, anytime you say something crazy, I'm like, I ain't even gonna say nothing right now because
That's what I be
I
saying.
know a few
And
years
I will
later,
say here, I be on them conspiracy theories because they be turned out to be true. Like them Simpsons.
The Simpsons. Come on,
Now I gotta look over my glasses.
it's a little scary.
Because literally.
Yeah.
And then there was
Okay,
a
cool.
lady, they was on her head on Twitter. I forgot her name. And she said that they were going to let Trump be in election again.
What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that?
This is my thing. I feel like, my personal opinion, y'all can give me backlash. I don't care. Listen, I feel like Trump is a distraction. I feel like, where is Hillary Clinton is what I want to know. And where is Joe Biden? Because every time they're quiet, next thing you know, something crazy happens. Like they be quiet for a long time, and then next thing you know, they pop out, and then all this information, like them emails, them receipts, all that stuff she had, and then it's like, did she disappear again? That's what I'm wondering. I feel like he's a distraction, and he's not even knowing that they're using him as a distraction. That's how I feel.
Hey, imagine you're probably right though, because they distract us with a lot of different stuff. You know.
Like that Palestine stuff, I feel like that
Hmm.
stuff is a distraction too, because y'all talking about that whole time that's in a whole different country. First of all, this is getting very political, but let me just say, America
It is good
owns
work.
America's always
I'm not trying to
somebody.
get canceled. Hold on.
Listen, he didn't say anything. It's me. So come for me. Don't come for him. Go stream his music.
Hey, nah, y'all can't come for her
Exclamation.
either. Hold on.
Stream his music. It's gonna be in link below. But let me just say this: y'all worried about Palestine and them genocide and all that stuff. What about the men in Mississippi that's getting buried that y'all don't even know? Like, y'all didn't notify their moms or their dads, their parents. Y'all just buried them in the back like they was not humans. Like we still in slavery. Don't even
Not
got no
cool.
tombstone. You just thumb. Let's talk about that.
What about that?
Put
What
that
about
in
that?
your
Or the
bio.
black women that come in missing all the time in different
Right.
cities and like
Literally.
nothing, no one talks about it ever again. And it's just like, okay,
Talk about that and put that in your bio. You got the
put that.
Palestine flag and you black. And it's black men missing, black men getting married, buried, and they don't even know what happened to them and how they were killed. And you got the Palestine flag in your bio.
Crazy.
Let's just be for real. But that was a brief
That's a good point.
commercial on how y'all could be having me messed up. Now back to the music at hand.
Had to channel her inner Kanye real quick.
But Kanye, that was your fourth one. What's your fifth one?
Uh, silly. Probably Cole.
Oh, of
Of
course.
course, I gotta throw Cole in the hip hop top
Are you
five.
a concert person? Like,
I definitely am. I definitely am. Like
you going to
my
Drake and
first one was
Cole?
like Chance the Rapper. You said what?
You going to Drake and Cole?
I don't know. I haven't got no tickets yet. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like I might be a little late. But
Let's just
another thing I was thinking about, like how their vibes are gonna mix.
me too.
You know
They
what I'm
got
saying?
music together, but yeah, I totally understand that. And I've been saying that to my friends and they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What do I mean?" Like, no. I
Like,
don't
of course,
see it.
they'll probably figure it out, like where it'll be cool. But I'm
They don't
like,
even have an album together. So I'm lost. But I
like
had to
I
ask
don't
because
know.
I'm like, hmm.
I'd rather go for like one of them like individually, not both of them at the same time. But who knows? It'd probably be cool. I feel like they'll sell out.
It probably will sell out. But the best Dreamville, I feel like Dreamville would be cool. But they're going nuts with those tickets. That's just
For
crazy.
real. They
That's just
taxing.
crazy. Yeah.
Is Smino in Dreamville?
He probably, I don't think he's in Dreamville, but he be with them all the time. So I'd be wondering if he's gonna be eventually become a part of it. Because I'm like, what?
Right. Right. That's the place to be. I feel like if I could get like, if there was like a dream label I could get signed to, it'd be like Dreamville. But
Ooh,
I
that would
do
be
feel like that's a different vibe though than like what Dreamville usually has.
no, because Bass, I feel like Bass gives the same vibe that you give too. Like
Really?
that song that they made, that was kind of like, well, it was
But
kind of, I don't know if it was really an indie sound, but it was like a tribal type of sound. It was literally called, you know what song I'm talking about? It was Bass and J. Cole.
yeah,
Uh, Dang it, you know what song I'm talking about?
this one.
I heard that one too, but not that one.
I talking about a different one because that
Tribe,
one.
Tribe. This song. Yeah, that
This
song.
one's for you. Yep.
Yes. So I
Banger.
feel like that's like, no, you would fit in with Dreamville. Now
You
it'd
think
be
so?
yeah, you could fit in with Dreamville. Now what's Top Dog? No, but Dreamville, yes, for sure. Top
Okay.
Dog
Okay.
is more like Cali. I don't know,
Alright.
like Kendricky. Kendrick is just different. I don't know, like
Yeah, I see him live too.
me too. See my shirt.
What?
The Kendrick.
Are you happy for me?
Yes,
Hey,
I love
that's
Kendrick.
tough.
So my next
That's
question
tough.
is would you remain a solo artist all the way to the top, or would you eventually want to sign to someone? Is that one of your goals?
Good question. Um, let's see. I don't know because I feel like I want to get like more information about just what certain labels do because I feel like um, you hear people saying you sell out when you go to a label, but then the independent artist route can be tough sometimes. But I feel like I could do it if I have the right funding and ideas around it and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, if a label is offering me, a good contract, and I'm able to read through that contract and understand, what it means, and it sounds okay to me, yeah, I'm taking that deal. I'm taking that deal. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, that's how I kind of feel about it. But if I got to grind, for a while until I can find that contract or a label that suits me, that's okay.
Most definitely. So when will you graduate?
This semester,
Yay! As you should. So you'll
Lord
have
willing,
your bachelor's of what is it called since it's finance?
business admin, and then I think just finance. I have to get like the full name, honestly.
Okay. Well, congratulations. That's coming up.
Thank you. I'm nervous, but actually excited as hell because boy, it's tight at school.
Yeah. They can be able to move freely. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like once you're like just in school, it's like a holding period almost. Like you're just not really doing nothing, but like you are. Uh, but just like probably when you're in the working force or making money, it feels a little bit more free.
Mhm. So how frequently do you make music?
Uh, I'll be trying to work on it every day for real as much as I can. But obviously sometimes I skip out and like we'll miss a day.
Mhm.
But I try to write something every day. I try to practice my songs every day, or even if it's just like listening to like songwriting, stuff like that, or even if it's like listening to music, I count that sometimes because I really do try to use like a lot of the music I listen to for like influence and stuff. So I
Mhm.
work on it pretty often because I got to make sure like when I go to the studio, it sounds okay.
Okay. Okay. So, would you ever, since you said Bob Marley, and he's one of your favorite people, this is a question. Well, it's just like a random question. Would you ever go to like Jamaica when they're having like their festivals to kind of receive like some inspiration from that? I know they'd be having those festivals with all different kinds of music.
That's a good idea. Um, I would definitely be down for to do something like that. Not gonna lie, because I want to travel. Like I want to get out of states too.
Mhm.
Um, in Jamaica, I feel like that's definitely on my list,
Mhm.
just to see and just draw inspiration there from there. I feel like that's a good idea.
Mhm.
And I don't know, nigga Bob was different, and that's the thing. I listened to his music. Of course, the music was like gas, like vibe. But I feel like I know more about like him as like a person, like his legacy, and kind of like what he stood for. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, if I could kind of almost have that impact too, if like people don't necessarily mess with my music like that, that's cool. But just like knowing what I was able to do and kind of like the impact that I was able to have, just that
Mhm.
type of deal.
Okay. Do you have anything that you learned as far as doing music so far that you wish you could have told your younger self?
It's funny because I feel like I don't know, I'm still learning. Like I'm still like in such the early stages.
Mhm.
Um, but shoot, low key, the party was like I was gonna say like maybe just go pursue music like right out of high school maybe and like not wait. But at
Mhm.
the same time, I feel like I needed like those experiences. I needed to go through like certain shit. Um, and like that's how I was able to come to like some of the songs I have now. It's just like experiencing life, experiencing like younger years and how it is to struggle and stuff. So I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe like pick up an instrument a little bit more.
Mhm. So do you have like what's your process as far as like your music making like do you so you say you always frequently write. So what gets you to the point where I want to release this song?
And that's a good question for real, because um, I think Andre 3000 said something not too long ago in his interview, but he was basically like, it's getting more so about momentum and timing and like you being able to fit in like that space. So I'm just kind of realizing as I get all these songs together, um, I can kind of pick and choose like, hey, I want to drop this for this certain setting, or like it's this type of year. I want to give off this type of vibe. Let me go ahead and get, put these out. And essentially, I'm working on my EP. I just finished that up. We should be looking around like February or March for it to come out. It's called Soul Shift. And really, I started to think about like what I want that to be about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really basing it off peace. Um, and really the message is just like growing as a person. So not really knowing like exactly where you wanted to go, but
Mhm.
um, just kind of like following your gifts and following your passions, even when it's hard, and meditating and locking in. And I feel like you said, you're a whole different person. Your soul is shifting,
Yeah.
whether you're praying or talking to God, meditating. So I want, and so I'm now like, after start thinking about that, I'm like, okay, I got this song that could fit into that vibe. I got this song that can fit. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of how you build a piece of work that can kind of like have a bigger message, than like one song.
So just like kind of a random question, when you would make an album, what would be the biggest like amount of song, like not even the biggest, how many songs would you have on like an album? But like would you have up to 20 songs, or are you like no, album is like a 15 song thing? That's too many songs. Cuz Chris Brown be
I
dropping
think it
30
is.
songs.
That's what I was. I will not be listening to 30 songs from nobody. Who care who you are for real. And I want to give people like something short and sweet. And of course, like, so they can be like, I want more. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just enough. I want to keep like short albums, so maybe 10 to 12 songs,
Mhm.
at least for right now, for that first one, just to see what people like and how people gravitate towards it.
Mhm. My last two questions. My first question, that's my last question, is have you ran into anybody that actually knew you and was like a fan?
No,
Not yet.
man, I got 20 monthly listeners.
You're growing. That's okay. You
um,
never know.
I'm growing, but we not there yet, and I'm thankful, low key. I'm thankful because um, I do like kind of being low key. I like kind of flying under the radar. So um,
Hmm.
I feel like I'm just kind of almost like soak it in at this point because maybe there will be a time in the future where it's like not like that. And that's a sacrifice in itself. And I just,
Yeah,
uh,
cause
I don't know,
people
it's kind of strange. People like,
knowing
is
you,
that
yeah. Then they gonna be in your business. Then they gonna you gonna be in the shade room. No, I'm just playing.
like, please, God, no, if I end up there, oh, God.
Now they got you on the shade room for going in Walmart. They can like, I can't believe he's in Walmart and he's this rich. Now it's just like,
Like,
dang, I can't go to Walmart.
I can't go to Walmart. 'Cause that's the thing. I'm gonna still be doing the same shit I'm doing now. I would. I hope so. I hope I don't. But I want to keep like the same values. I don't want to turn like super bougie or nothing.
Mm-hmm. My last question is, what is your message to your future self that may come back and watch this interview? Like, dang, this is my first interview, and like,
Dang,
I was thinking this way, and now I'm here. So, what's the message to your future self so you can come back and watch this?
bro, keep going. Keep going. I think people need your music, bro. I think people need my music. I think um, I know you can have an impact on the music game, on somebody's life with the shit you've been through. And yeah, I love you, bro. I love you, man.
That's good. So when he goes up, guys, I'm gonna send him this video back to himself because
It's gonna be
that's
we're
pretty
gonna be
good.
like, wow,
Look how
no
much
way.
I've grown because we can grow so much in such a small amount of time.
A small amount of time. It don't.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like 4 years of college, like when I first started, now I'm probably a whole different person. I
Yes.
change every week, every day.
And even now, from when you graduate, you're gonna be like, dang, it was just January and I was just this person, and now I'm a college graduate. Like,
It's just crazy. Time be moving different. Time is so weird.
well, I appreciate you for coming on the Vehemence Podcast and talking to you and getting to know you. Once again, everybody who's watching this, go stream his music. Like, y'all just heard
Oh,
him talk.
hey.
He's such a humble, kind spirit. I feel it through the screen, okay? So go stream his music, you know? And do you have anything else that you want people to know or any last things as far as this interview? This is not going to be the last interview, though, guys, because we got to
There'll
do a
be more.
follow up,
Come
of
on.
course.
Come on.
So, yeah.
Uh,
Any last things you want people to know or you want to say to end off this interview?
let's see. Dee, I just want to say thank you, girl. For real, I really appreciate what you're doing. Like I said, you killing it. Keep doing your thing. Thank you for giving me the platform to talk and kind of share. And I just want to say to anybody, whoever, listens, follow your dreams. Keep doing, what you're supposed to do, even when it's tough, even when you don't see a light. Keep going because there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So I love y'all for real.
Yeah, I heard it here first from him. And I'm going to end the recording. And I appreciate you guys from watching. Tune into more podcast videos coming soon from more artists, more basketball things, and just everything. Just be ready to tune in and like, comment, and subscribe.
Come
Thank you.
on.